Okay, so here's our battery all charged up, ready to go. I'm going to put the actual car onto a stand I've got here, so the wheels aren't going to touch the actual ground or the top of the table. So I can actually run through some of the controls, because while the battery's been charging up, I've been going through all the instructions and downloaded some stuff off the web from the Dromida website. I'll put a link at the bottom of the video so you can go and use that yourself as well. Going to take the bodywork off the car and then just disconnect the light so I can put it right out the way so we can go through these controls and everything. Going to pop the battery back in. It sits in there quite nicely, and then must put the strap on just in case you have a crash. If you have a crash, the battery's bound to pop out and that wouldn't do a lot of good, I'm sure. It'll make it unstable as well. So, and then pop the clips back in to make sure it's going to stay where it is. It's a little bit stiff to do. I expect that's just because it's new, it'll probably get easier to do. But that's all secure in there as well. Make sure it's turned off here on this switch, and then I can connect the battery. Okay, and that's us all done, ready to go. As you can see, the wheels aren't actually touching the table. And then this is the actual control. As I said before, this is a transmitter. So I'll run through the settings on here as I've learnt them. Hopefully that'll help you as well. Okay, so basically this will adjust the steering wheel, and this is your throttle. I'm going to turn the transmitter on first of all, and that's the way you should always do it apparently. So pop that on. You can see the LEDs have come on, and now I can flick on the car itself. So turn that on, and it makes that noise, it means it's bound. If you turn the car on first of all, there's a possibility that it could actually drive off, or if there's another transmitter around, it could pick up that signal and be away again, like I say. To turn, go back towards you for left, forward for right, so like that. And then forward on the control is you just pull this trigger back, that goes forward. And when you want to brake, just put it back to the middle. If you want to go backwards, shove it right the way forwards. So it's quite simple. If when you plug it in, it's starting to constantly run all the time, you can adjust the throttle trim with this one here. It is set on normal. So if the car rolls forward or backwards, this is how you would adjust it so that it starts off not trying to go away before you're ready to go. The same with the steering trim, that's this one here. So if the car, when you run it dead straight, it goes to the left, you can adjust this here, and same to the right as well. And then on the back here, I think this is one of the reasons I bought this model, it's got controls for the throttle and the steering that you can alter how fast it will respond to you and how far it will go on the steering. So I'll just show you that. So at the moment, if I go fully right and fully left, you can see how far the wheels are moving. If I turn the steering one down, and it's adjustable between 0 to 10, but if I put it back to 0, you see it's got very little movement. So to start with, that might be a better way of doing it. But certainly on the throttle, if I run the throttle, that's full throttle, and that's set on its lowest. And now if I turn that right up to 10, you can hear a huge difference there. So that's going to shoot off. And I think this model does just over 20 miles an hour. So that's a fair old speed, I think, for a novice. So I'll probably keep them both turned down to start off with, and then gradually adjust them up as I get more confident with doing it. I just need to turn off the car and then turn off the transmitter, and then all I have to do is put the body back on, connect up the lights first of all, oh, and actually just before I do anything, I'll flick the lights on, turn on the transmitter again, just in case anything should happen. It shouldn't do in here, but, and then just pop those on and put them there so you can actually see how bright the LEDs are. I'm hoping I can do some night runs with this. I turn off the lights in the house, and then you'll see how bright they actually look. But we do have quite a bit of ambient light coming in from the garden today. So, but that should just give you an idea of how bright they are. They look pretty good, I think. It's going to be good fun. There we go. So turn those back off because I'm going to be running it during daylight first of all, and turn the car off and the transmitter as well. Pop the lights back on. And then let's just pop the body back on, making sure all the cables aren't running around any of these linkages or getting into the suspension. So I'm just going to keep this all in the centre. It's a bit of a pain to keep taking these clips on and off, so the only time you need to do that is if you want to disconnect the battery and charge it. So they've put the switch conveniently that you can turn it on and off just from here.